And then there was a lady there waiting for me, and she was like, oh, somebody in close contact with you tested positive, so we need to come take you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Hi guys, so a little update. I'm a little shaken right now because, as you can see, I got all the way onto the ship, and then I got all the way up to my room, right at the front of my room. I signed it. I didn't even open the door yet, and then there was a lady there waiting for me, and she was like, oh, somebody in close contact with you tested positive, so we need to come take you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I came this far. So now I'm waiting in this holding room. And now they're gonna test her again because she tested negative. So we think it was a false positive. I'm praying that it was a false positive because I'm gonna cry. If it's a positive, then we can't go on the ship and we have to stay in Italy for 30 days. I'm just hoping for the best. I don't know if you guys can believe this, but this was the craziest embarkation ever because I'm back on the ship and I'm in my room. We tested negative again. It was a false positive. Like, way to freak me the heck out. When they told us, like, they came back in, I started sobbing, crying. Like, I am not okay right now. I'm still shaking. This thing is so shaky, but I'm back on the ship and I'm in my room for the very first time. I'll give, like, a room tour later, but, like, you guys probably want to, like, see it. So here it is before everything comes. My roommate's not here yet, but she's on her way. And crazy embarkation. This is the worst embarkation probably ever. I thought for a second I was gonna be stuck in Italy for 29 days because that's how long you have to quarantine if you test positive. But we're here. I can't even believe that we're here right now. I'm just so grateful. You could stick me in the bottom of the ship and I wouldn't care right now. That's how much I really don't care. Hey guys, so my school gave me this note that says open when you first arrive, and obviously I just arrived. So I'm gonna open it and let's see what it says. Oh my god, it's really cute. So it says, congratulations on making it to your destination. You're about to experience the time of your life. Be adventurous, spontaneous, excited, and safe. Remember, it's important to keep an open mind during your travels. Plans change, lifestyles may be different, and you will make mistakes. The more go with the flow you can be, the more you can enjoy the ups and downs. Don't be scared to pull yourself out of your comfort zone and try new things. And then it says, like, eat people. Eat people, no, it says eat new things, meet people. That was really cute. Honestly, it made me, like, kind of teary-eyed reading that because I didn't think I was gonna get here for a long time, and now I'm finally here. So we're slowly unpacking. Yeah, don't look at that yet, but we're gonna make it cute. I hanged up, like, my little over the door hanger, so I'm starting to fill it. I started putting things in my bathroom. Oh, and by the way, I'm in the Yellow Sea, so yeah, I can't wait. If you guys don't know, like, there's, like, Sea Olympics and everyone competes, and I'm in the Yellow Sea, so that's super exciting. We ran as fast as we could down to the library because Emma Top hid a $25 gift card in one of these books. We cannot find the book. We think someone might have got it, but she hasn't posted that anyone got it, so we think it's still here. So we're looking crazily. We are freaking crazy. She found it! Okay guys, I am back in my room and now I am finally with Emery! This is my roommate. Introduce yourself because they're gonna get to know you very well.
Hi guys, I'm Emery. I'm Shelby's roommate.
Yes.
I'm from South Jersey and I go to St. Joe's in Philadelphia.
Amazing. And that's how we picked each other because I'm from Philly and she goes to school in Philly, so we were just like, it works well. We knew that we would just be so compatible that way. So that's how you pick roommates on Semester at Sea. If you don't know, you just find things like that. But we have to fill you guys in on everything because there's a lot that happened today that I don't think I really talked about, and I feel like I need to explain it because this voyage is not like any other voyage that has ever happened. So basically the last clip you guys saw me was me crying, or like a while ago. So I was crying because my person who I was sharing a bed with in my Airbnb got a false positive for COVID when we got tested here. And through the Italian government, if you test positive, they take you for 30 days.
30-day quarantine, which is not fun. No one wants to do that. So they took us, and the second that I found out she tested positive, I was like, I need to get on the ship, because I was like, if I get on the ship, like, they can't take me off, because I was negative, and I was like, I'm not leaving this ship, like, I'm going on the ship. So I ran all the way to the ship. I got all the way through the checkpoints. I got my keys, everything. I put my key in the door, and the second that I turned the key, I didn't even open the door yet, a lady comes, and she's like, are you Shelby? And I'm like, no. But like, obviously, she knew I was there. She saw me going in. So she took me, and she's like, I need to take you off the ship. So then that's when I went off the ship. That's when I started crying. And they're like, we need to retest her, Kendra. They didn't want to retest me because I don't know why. They just weren't going to do it. And they put me in an isolation room. So they were holding me hostage for 2 hours. And I was texting Emery throughout all this. I was like, I'm not making it on the ship. And it was a fun day. And then they took Kendra and they tested her again using the same test, and she came negative, obviously, because she doesn't have COVID. And then they weren't going to let us go. They were like, you guys can't go on the ship. And we're like, okay, well, that's not fair because we're negative, and we had 3 negative tests, and it was just this one false positive. So then they performed a 30-minute PCR test, and she came back negative, and then they let us go on the ship, and that's when I just started bawling, crying. They came in the room and they're like, she's negative, and I don't think I've ever cried like happier, sadder tears in my life. But that's what happened then. Now, the next thing we're faced with is semester at sea is being really strict on the rules on our voyage. So for lunch, everybody was eating all fine and dandy, and we were all together, sitting together at lunch, and there's probably, what, like 20 of us? Yeah, there was a lot of us at the lunch, and that we were just like eating normally. Everyone was sitting next to each other, and even like Emery was like, oh yeah, like I'll scooch down and like let you come sit. Yeah, and
that's what we're trying to do.
We just wanted to bond. And now for dinner, we were waiting in a line because now they only let a certain amount of people go in Berlin and Lido, and they cut it off at a certain capacity. So we don't really know how that's supposed to work because it's hard. You can't really eat food, and when you have to like wait in line, and then you can't talk to your friends, and they also like X'd off like where you can sit. So now you can only have like 4 people at a table, which sucks because we want to talk to as many people as we can. But we kind of just like all separated, socially distanced, eated, whatever. And now we're going to orientation, and they're making us separate by last names. So they're doing A through M, and then they're doing M through Z. And we're not the same last name.
Not even close.
So we're gonna try to sneak into the first one together. So I should technically be going to the second, but I mean, like, we're not gonna leave each other. That's just not happening right now. So we're going to go to the first one because I don't think they're gonna check names because they just made this rule like 15 minutes ago. They came on the loudspeaker, and it happens at 9 o'clock at night. So it's supposed to happen at 9, and it's so hot on the ship. It's so hot on the ship. We are dying. If you can't see how red my face is, like, I'm not sick at all. It's just so hot, and there's no air. We were up playing games. I took a little video of that, but it was so hot in there. There were so many kids, and that doesn't make sense because then we can like sit around and like play games with one another, and they don't care. They just care about like meal times and like the union, I guess, because they don't want 400 kids sitting together in the union. But that's how we bond. Like, I want to be together with everyone on the voyage. I don't want to separate by last name and only know the M through Z kids. So this was a super long update, but it was super necessary because a lot has happened, but we're gonna try to keep you guys updated best as possible. Things are changing. We found out that we are voyage 129, which was super fun because we had no idea what voyage number we were. And our little slogan is here on the TV. It says, going to be fine. So hopefully everything will be fine. So we got in one of the rooms with the couch bed, which is not bad. We don't hate it. We really don't hate it. We're just like, oh, you know, it would be nice to like not have a couch bed, but like you just get like a little bit more room, like walking room in your cabin if you don't have the couch bed. But we had this table, and somebody posted a photo of them doing this, and honestly this was the smartest idea we ever did because you get this useless table, and it was over here blocking our fridge, and now we put it over here, and then Emery put her suitcase under her mattress. In between. We're just thinking with our heads here, guys. This is great, and I'll do a whole ship
tour. What was I calling them? Room tour. With more friends too, because we want to show their rooms too, because I want you guys to see all the varieties. But we'll do a full one. I'll upload it when we're actually like moved in and everything is coming together, because yeah, it's gonna be like a week before that happens, but it'll be up, so stay tuned for that. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I have this wonderful flotation device wrapped around my neck. We have to go to our muster station. It's orientation day 2, which is why I'm continuing the vlog today. It is bright and early in the morning. It is 8 o'clock. We had to wake up at 6 for breakfast, which was so much fun. And then our TV went off at 6:15 for no reason, which was so much fun again. And now we have to go do this, and then we have a full day of so much fun until 10 p.m. of stuff we need to do. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for part 2 of this wonderful embarkation vlog where I won't be crying anymore. And yeah.
It's mandatory under the international regulations for safety of life at sea and the U.S. Coast Guard.
The bread on the ship is very hard, but we got a nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich made by, who made it? I made it. Kendra, thank you. Unpopular semester at sea opinion, you can't eat the peanut butter because the bread is so bad. I don't know how these kids are eating the peanut butter, because every single thing we put it on, it's not good because the bread is just so hard. But maybe the bread will get better. We'll leave a new update. But if you like peanut butter, sad news, eat it with a spoon because you can't eat it with bread. We're moving. You can see ship guy. I'll show you in 1 second when they see the ship move. Smile! We're so happy, so ecstatic.